Why we're not doing a countdown? I'm gonna try one more time, and then if not, we're just gonna go and get started. So. Hi, we are here. We are live. We are in color. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fierce Fabulous and Free. This is the co-author of edition for Woman Empowered. And so we were on Zoom, decided to come on so y'all can get some of this good that we're about to talk about. And so I don't even know where to get started because it's so exciting, y'all. It took us a minute to get it all together behind the scenes. We have been going out. So we just want to come on board and say hello to everybody. So I'm going to start at the top and let you all, I'm just going to work my way down. So on my top middle is Chef Latoya Larkin.
Okay. Well, I'm
about being fabulous tonight.
Okay, so first and foremost, how everybody's doing today, or this evening, I shall say. Today was an absolutely fabulous and a terrific Tuesday. With it being us being 7 days out for me being 41. What it means for me to be fabulous, it just means like you looking good, you feeling good, you feel good about yourself. And I'm just in the season of winning, so I'm taking all wins. My L's are limited. I'm not even going to even look that way for any L's. So I'm taking all the wins. And part of looking fabulous, self-care. Today I had a massage and it was the absolute best massage I've ever had. And I think that's part of how my day went so well today. Because starting off with the massage and I'm one of those people, they call me a massage whore, and that's what part of makes me fabulous because I love massages and taking care of myself. But being a chef, being on my feet, the way that I be for those long hours, my feet and my hands, those are my money makers, so I got to take care of them. So I actually factor in a massage, like that's part of the budget. And so the thing that he did different today, when I laid down, I usually lay on my stomach, and he was like, "No, you're gonna lay on your back." And I'm like, "Lay on my back." I see you made a note for me to do your feet for 10 minutes and then your hands for 10 minutes. I'm going to do each foot and each head. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I lay back. And when he touched my feet, I'm like, Father God, what is he finna do to my body? If he doing this to my feet and the way that it's feeling on just the foot massage, when he got to the other part, like I didn't know what to do. When I got off the table, I stumbled off that table like the drunk uncle at the barbecue. I mean, like I didn't know what to do with myself. Girl, I didn't know what to do with myself. And like I said, and this is just part of just being fabulous, like really that self-care, really taking care of yourself. I know a lot of chefs that's been doing it as long as I have. They bodies toe up, arthritis, bad backs, feet, all of that type of stuff that comes with it. And again, I know how a lot of Black people are. They don't believe in professional massages and stuff like that. And so with going to get those massages, working them kinks out and stuff, and just taking care of myself, that's part of all this. So then I went and got my nails done. I got my feet done. Just a really great day of self-care, self-love. And that's what's part of, be me being fabulous and just being part of being fabulous and free.
All right. That's what I'm talking about. Chef Diva said she didn't want to got her good massage. Yes, to be fabulous, to feel good. So let me backtrack and say that last night we were on and we did a Zoom broadcast where we talked about the first night of years. And so these ladies came with, some information. They came with, some things that just really talked about being fierce. Well, this is day 2. And so it's all about being fabulous. Bottom line, when we talk about our anthology, it's really talking about being a woman empowered, but we're also talking about not only being empowered, but going from a time where maybe we had low self-esteem, maybe our confidence was not on point, maybe, our self wasn't there. But now, oh baby, now we know our worth and we're at tax. And because of that, we can show up as being fierce, fabulous, and free. So we want to come kind of hype you guys up, let y'all know how excited we are about this book project coming to you really soon. So be on the lookout. Towards the end of the week, we're going to announce when you can download your ebook. But I want to move on next to Miss Keisha Grant. Keisha, please tell everybody where you are and a little something about yourself and what it means to be fabulous.
Okay, good evening, ladies. I am so happy to be among all of you. I am from Atlanta originally. I'm kind of like a nomad. I done been a little bit of here, a little bit of there, a little bit of here, a little bit of there. So, but I'm right now residing in Atlanta. Being fabulous is being comfortable in my own skin. That's what being fabulous to me. Taking care of my skin, my facial skin, making sure that I have good products. So when I take off my makeup, I can enjoy being beautiful without no makeup. But taking care of my skin, making sure that my hair is moisturized, making sure my nails and my feet are moisturized as well. But I just love on me. Being fabulous, I haven't always felt that way about myself. I had low self-esteem. I didn't believe in myself, but being fabulous is believing in yourself, is actually standing tall and just existing and being the person and the woman that God created me to be. So that's me being fabulous, me having the inspiration to know that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Amen.
So that's a part of me being fabulous, knowing that guess what? No might be an answer for some, but failure is not an option for me. So that's also being fabulous. Just owning my self-worth, owning and knowing who I am is being fabulous. Treating my kids, my girls, I'm team girls. So my three daughters and my granddaughter, treating them how I would want someone to treat them, a man would treat them. So you start early. You start when they're young, telling them that they're beautiful, that they have a beautiful smile, they got pretty eyes, pretty teeth, pretty hair. So that's being fabulous. We have to raise our children up from grasshoppers to adulthood to know that their self-worth is worth it. They are worth it. And so that's being fabulous. Just being me, smiling, enjoying life, being the best me I can possibly be, and doing it my way.
Come on, Keisha, and do it your way. I love it. I love that because bottom line, fabulous is a mindset. You have to know that it's something about you that's extraordinary. And at the end of the day, to me, when the Bible says that we were fearfully and wonderfully made, oh, that lets us know off the rip that we are fabulous. There is none other like us. And so when you think about, nobody has a fingerprint like you. There's nothing. I don't care if you're identical twins. There's still something different about one compared to the other. And so to me, that's a whole nother level of being fabulous. But you got to embrace it. You got to own it. You got to walk in it. You got to, what they say for Sherman Crop when it was like you got to go in there and strut your stuff, right? When Eddie Murphy was playing that role, you got to already know who you are and show up as such. Jamaica, come on and tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and what being fabulous means to you.
Hi, everyone. I am Jamaica Townsend. I'm from Springfield, Tennessee. And for me, what fabulous means is just being a woman, embracing womanhood, being phenomenal, being astonishing, being extraordinary. And I say all those words not to sound arrogant, because I'm very humble because of who lives on the inside of me. So because Jesus Christ lives on the inside of me, I am phenomenal. I am amazing. I am extraordinary. I am phenomenal. And so for me, I'm really big on mental health. So fabulous means me being mentally healthy. Um, a lot of times, when I feel stinking thinking coming on, I have to change my thoughts. I have to take those thoughts captive, like the Bible tells us to take our thoughts captive. So I have to be conscious of what I'm thinking, what's running through my mind on the, any given moment. So, and also for me, being fabulous means, um, self care, accepting things that I cannot change, changing things that I can, facing those things that I can change. And then, when you're in negative situations, I always, always, always try to pull out the positives. If I'm ever in a negative situation where, negative energy is just too high, then I'll just have to, separate myself and get myself grounded so that, I don't do anything that I will regret. Another thing that I've learned here as of late is learning to respond instead of react. Most times when we respond, we do something that we end up regretting. So there's this concept that I just recently learned, which is the 3 Ps, and it's pause, pray, and proceed. So, you
That's
know, you get in situations where you just like, let me pause. Let me pray. Lord, don't let me go off on her. And then, let me proceed. So those 3 Ps, if y'all don't remember nothing else, remember those 3 Ps. Pause, pray, proceed. That's something you can use in your everyday life. Another way that I have learned to become fabulous is to forgive myself quickly, forgive others quickly. Don't just fester in things and let unforgiveness go on for years and years and years, because at the end of the day, who is it hurting? It's hurting you, not the other person. I've also incorporated a routine of, self-care, self-love, showing gratitude to God through prayer, through journaling. And another thing for me that's really been big to attribute to my fabulousness is starting my mornings peaceful. That just sets the tone for my day. So that's something that I've incorporated, and also just learning to say no and be okay with that. Not have to apologize, not have to give a big explanation, because no in itself is a complete sentence. So for me, I'm just, fabulous to me is just being authentic, being unapologetically me. And no, I'm not, I'm far from being perfect, but I am fabulous. So.
On and be fabulous, Jamaica. I love it. I love it. And I especially love the pause, pray, and proceed. P. Angela came on and said, come on, Jamaica, pause, pray, and proceed, and that you are phenomenal and fabulous. So listen, I love that. And I love how you take your time to really break it down, because sometimes you have to be intentional. You have to show up how you want to be seen. And a lot of times, we just sometimes get up and just go about life and don't even think about it. But when you purpose yourself and you already know that you are fabulous, when you already know that you bring value, when you already know who you are, then you show up that way. So, Miss Wanda, what's going on, lady? Let everybody know where you're from, and let's talk about being fabulous.
Hey, ladies. My name's Wanda Leonard, and I am living in Franklin, Tennessee. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. So I got a little hood in me, too. But as far as being fabulous, fabulous is something that I've only learned within the last few years. Before that, I think I know now that I made life too difficult for myself because I put too much effort on things that I did not control. I put too much thought on things that really didn't matter, and it took a long time for me to realize it. But as I start going down, I have health problems that I am managing now to the point that I feel fabulous. But at that time, I couldn't manage them effectively. And what I learned through this process of taking my health back and my life back is that there was no one to put fault on. There was no one to blame. There was no one to accuse. Everything was in my control. Everything that happened was to me or in my life. Any chaos or turmoil that was going on at any time was because of me not taking control of myself, my soul, my sanctity, my mind. And so what I learned to do is put myself first. Hardest thing ever, because I'm a servant type of person. I like everybody around me to be happy, as if that was making me happy, because I found gratitude in seeing them smile. But now I find just as much gratitude in coming in the room smiling myself. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm.
not where I put myself in a position to be so happy to be around others for my joy. I can sit here by myself and be in a whole lot of joy. So the one thing I can say about being feeling fabulous is that every day that's something I seek to feel fabulous. I wake up every day is make it a great day. That's a declaration. That's saying, Wanda, you don't leave it up to anybody else to tell you to have a great day. You're going to make it a great day. And if you don't, you got another day coming, God willing. But at any rate, I try to wake up happy and go to bed happy. And that's, hey, that's fabulous to me. And that's all I need.
Come on. I love that. That's fabulous to you, and that's all you need.
That's all I need.
So many people, never, and you kind of, spoke a little bit about, just health challenges. And for some people, it's hard dealing with that and seeing themselves as fabulous. And so you have set the standard, you have changed the game, you have shown them that just because you're going through doesn't mean that you have to
No.
just lay down and accept it.
Right.
Every single day you wake up and you declare and decree, today is going to be fabulous, today is going to be amazing, today is going to be a day that I'm going to enjoy myself and it's going to be great. And even when things don't line up, the mindset can position you to be exactly where you want to be. So I love that you have shared that. I think that's so powerful. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
And
Thank
last
you.
but not least, come on here, Miss Sparkle.
Fabulous. Um, so I'm Sparkle Tanika Robertson from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I view fabulous is my 1% counts, matters, and is enough. So it's going back to the accepting who I am, loving me, and making sure that I walk in love, that my light shine. Not only am I fabulous, but I want everybody around me to feel fabulous. I want them to feel fabulous because that's important to me, that everybody shines, everybody sparkles, everybody feels good about when you're in my presence. You can't come with don't come with no dampering bad attitudes. No, I'm going to sprinkle some sparkles on you and say, you better shine, girl, because you are beautiful. And it was the importance of me is knowing who I am and who made me and accepting myself. I accept what I have done, or I forgive myself. I find myself stopping every once in a while and just, okay, I forgive me. I forgive me for making that dumb decision or going that wrong way. And once I have accepted the apology, it's done and over with. We don't have to talk about it no more. We don't have to go back over it. You have apologized and you have forgiven yourself. And stopping and breathing. I do the breathe technique. I breathe in God and I breathe out everything that's not like him. Because when I breathe out everything that's not like him, he's going to put more fabulous joy, peace, happiness inside of me. And he's going to let go of everything that's not like him. So everybody must be fabulous around me. It's a must. You must be fabulous.
Come on and be fabulous. And it's a must. That's a standard. I think I posted something maybe one day earlier this week, but it speaks to you've got to set a standard and then allow people to meet you at your standard instead of lowering your standard to get to where they are. And that is a part of being fabulous. When we talk about the mindset of being fabulous, you got to show up straight out the bat, right out the gate. I think yesterday, Latoya, we were talking about, being fierce, and you talked about being relentless. And I love that, when you talk about your grind is relentless, at the same time, you operate and you are fabulous in everything that you do. You have a mindset of how you want to go out and conquer the world when it comes to Black girl tamales, where they're supposed to be in every neighborhood, you can go out and get you some collard green tamales, and it's not like what everybody else is doing. That makes you fabulous because it sets you apart for what you're doing. Share a little bit about what you're doing when it comes to taking over the culinary world.
So, with things that I have going on in the culinary world, for one, that is outside of education. That's my call. Like I've answered the call, been doing it all of my life, and I'm just disrupting the industry. I'm doing what I love. I move the way I move, and you know what? And that's one of the things. I dropped in the chat, Jamaica. Don't apologize. Like you can't apologize for who you are. Because one thing that I used to do that. I used to try to apologize because a lot of times when people would meet me, they had these preconceived notions about me. I'm bougie. I'm stuck up. Um, all of this type of stuff. And it's like, no, I just don't have a lot to say. I'm gonna talk when I need to talk. I'm gonna do what I need to do. But for the most part, I'm observing, because I need to see, I gotta work the room and kind of observe that type of thing. And then that's how I've built my way up in the industry. Cause again, a lot of those same shit. Oh man, I thought you was this, but man, you cool. I can bounce ideas off of you. Like, man, yeah, that's what it is. You got to give it a chance because again, you're judging the book on the content on the cover, but you ain't even dug inside to get the content. And I'm one of them type of people. I've definitely got to that point. Like, it don't press and bother me no more. If you don't have time to get to know me, I'm not doing what I used. Oh well, just give me a chance. No, I'm not worried about it. No, you don't want to talk to me because I look stuck up and bougie. Okay, if that's what you say, I'll be there. But when you really get to know me, I'm really rough around the edges and I'm real hood. You know what I'm saying? But if you got those preconceived notions, that's just what it is. But in regards to the culinary industry, I'm just doing what I love. I love to be creative with food. I love to take. I literally take something out of nothing. Make stuff. Just play around and just come up with different ideas, and that's part of how I came up with the tamales. We hit the pandemic, and we ain't go back to school. I'm literally laying in the bed looking in the ceiling, and I'm just thinking like, what can I do? What can I do something different outside of the box? So those creative juices, when I'm super creative when it comes to presentation and stuff like that. Present my food, making it look like don't nobody want to eat it, but you're gonna eat it because you're hungry. And I promise you, it tastes just as good as it looks too. It's not just one of the things, the gimmick to kind of reel you in. It tastes as good as it looks. So when it comes to culinary, I'm just doing what I love. Like this is it. Like this is truly it. Because again, as I mentioned before, when I left out of high school, I've been doing this all my life. This ain't something that I just decided to do a couple of years, had the career change because I always love to cook. No, I out the gate. Like I've been cooking since I was 8, watching the cooking shows. Food Network was popular, and and then just doing it all along for 20 plus years. So it's a blessing to be where I'm at because I feel like I'm at the top of my game. I teach people how to cook. That's one of my things that I do. I'm able to teach people how to cook. I'm knowledgeable what I do because again, I've done the work. Like I truly have learned the science behind certain stuff. Why these why food react this way. If you pair this up, you could, if you learn how to pair stuff up, you can start losing weight and dropping your weight. Because again, part of the nutrition when it comes to losing weight, it's the nutrition, So if you pairing up the right foods, you could drop some weight before you know it. So I've just really became very knowledgeable and in love with what I'm doing and just always staying sharp. I'm like the nerd. So I'm always reading, learning stuff, trying to learn new stuff and do different things. Stay on top of the trends because again, if I'm gonna teach people, and again, if I'm doing different stuff, I've got to be, creative and doing on top of the trends and just doing different stuff outside of the proverbial box when it comes to culinary. So
that's good, honey. Miss Blanche is over here saying, baby, I need lessons. I'm not a cook, but I'll try. Marcelle said, not bougie or stuck up, just particular, baby. Yes, I love that.
Let me tell you, my favorite word, persnickety. Has anybody ever heard of that word, persnickety? Okay, that's one of my favorite words. I used to always get the kids. We'll play hangman, right? And so I put it up there, and I was like, all right, if y'all don't get this word right, y'all gonna have to. I was like, y'all gonna have to cook for me for the week. I mean, chef, we'll cook for you anyway, but we gonna get it. All right, and I put the words up there, and then they'll be knowing. Of course, they hang themselves. And I like persnickety. Chef, what is persnickety? I was like, for one, you need to read and expand your vocabulary. I was like, but when you're persnickety about something, you're very particular about stuff. You have to, oh, well, you are like that. You're very detailed. Exactly. So I look at stuff down to the T. And again, but that's what makes me learning those things, even outside of culinary, just learning to apply that in my personal life. When it comes down to those standards. Look, if you can't meet me where I'm at, that's okay. It's okay if you can't meet me where I'm at. Because again, I'm not for you because I know I'm an acquired taste. And I've had to realize that
Acquired taste.
I'm that acquired taste. Like I'm not for everybody. I ain't cut out for everybody, and it's okay. And I think that's where a lot of people don't know how to say it's okay. If something's not a fit, we get bent out of shape and trying to figure out what we could do and how we could. No, just let it go. You'll be all right. They're gonna be okay. And I look at that, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and I ended to pass it along. But a guy that I was dating, he was a pilot, right? Literally flying me where I want to go. You think I'm finna date somebody else who ain't finna take me somewhere and travel, and knowing I keep a bag packed because he done got me trained to keep a bag packed? So if you ain't ready to travel and take me places, I'm okay with it. I ain't even gonna trip with you. Again, that's bougie, right? Because I'm being bougie because I'm used to the pilot, and the pilot taking me where I want to go and stuff like that. And it's not a fact of comparing. It's just the fact that's where my standard is. This is something that I like to do. I've acquired that taste to. I want to travel and I want to go. He taking me to Key West to eat key lime pie. He taking me to, Napa Valley to drink wine and that because I told him I want to do a culinary tour. And that's where whoever needs to come up and pick up my culinary tour so you can take me around the world so I can eat stuff in different places. You know what I'm saying? The places that I haven't already knocked off the bucket list. So that is definitely one of those. Just putting that standard there. Keep that standard, that's just I have really had to get firm on that and applying that outside of culinary into my personal life as well. Getting that standard and maintaining that. Like, look, if you can't meet me there, I can't miss nothing I ain't never had. So
listen, that's the summation of being fabulous when you don't compromise. Because this is a thing. So many people say that it doesn't take all that. Why doesn't it? Why can't you go over and above? When you talk about operating in excellence, it should be over the top. It should be doing the most of the time. That should be normalized, not something that's an exception. It should be there. And I love that we have these conversations because everybody doesn't think like that. Some people will be like, girl, you better just do what you can do, girl, and just be glad you got that man. No, ma'am.
Girl. And I like that comment that you mentioned with the normalized. There's so many things that people have normalized for it to be the norm. And it's like, no, an example out of those struggle of like your credit is shot. What we finna have and your credit shot. And I done worked hard to get my credit up, and I'm in the 700 club. Like, I don't want nobody that mismanaged money. You can't even go buy me a piece of bubble gum, And then, but I'm sitting here. I can put down and start us a factory. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we got to put that balance in place. We got to put those certain things in place, and again have that standard. Because again, I had somebody tell me, "Oh, that's too much. You want to know somebody's credit score? Your credit ain't no. It's okay now because I did the work. Because I know what I'm trying to do. Now, granted, before, my credit was shot. I wasn't really financially fit. Didn't have the knowledge and the know-how. But now I know the importance of credit." And and the stuff that I'm trying to do with my business and stuff, I can't do nothing and really grow my business and my personal credit shot because a lot of stuff I may have to be a guarantor on it and stuff. So again, that mindset, because somebody who don't have that business mindset and don't really realize the importance of good credit, of course I'm being judgmental, because I'm judging them on stuff like that, and it's like, no, I did the work, so I don't want you if you ain't willing to put in the work if that's a problem. And again, it's okay. It is okay if that's a problem.
And that's what I love is that you're saying, and y'all know I'm all thrown off because the broadcast is delayed. So as I'm looking, it feels like you already saying something. I'm coming back. So if I'm a little slower, if I'm cutting you off, please forgive me because that's what I'm looking at. Is like, where am I at on the broadcast? Because it's all slowed up. But at any rate,
Okay.
I love that, Latoya, and I love the fact that you're even putting it out there because is listening that needs to understand that it's time. We're in 2022. So the way we used to think, the what we used to say was okay, no longer serves us. And it's time for us to move past that. See, it's people who wonder, when they talk and every time you talk to them, something wrong. And
Mm.
you just they drain your energy. But every
Mhm.
time I talk to you, even if you say yes, today may not have been a good day,
Mhm.
but at the same time, I turn around and I see you flawless, doing makeup, putting on stuff, looking fabulous, look, changing up hair, doing all kind of things. At the end of the day, that's what it's about. It has to
Mhm.
come with a change in the
That's
mindset and a
right.
change in how you do things. And so I'm gonna come back to you in a second, Wanda, but I want to go back to what Chef said about pairing things up. And when you talked about pairing, it made me think of Keisha because y'all know Keisha do the wine. So I'm gonna come back to you. You know, I already talked about pairing and being in Napa Valley because you didn't get flued out. So
Okay,
see,
flew that. Flew that.
Yeah.
I didn't get flued out to do all that. But Keisha, come on and tell us a little bit about the wine shop at home, ma'am.
Okay, so wine shop at home. It has it has been such a blessing for me. I actually started this business when I was COVID
Hmm.
and having COVID for 5 months and struggling and had a will to live and had to have throat surgery. So I was at
Mm.
home for a very long time because I was just destined like, hey, you're not gonna take me out. I'm gonna live. I'm not gonna die. And I had to sit here and say, you know what? I've worked in corporate America, healthcare industry for 30 years. But guess what? No matter how many degrees I have, no matter how
Hmm.
good I am, no matter how much of an asset that I am, I'm replaceable. So, with me knowing that,
Hmm.
while I was on COVID, I had to have some ideas, and my creative juices just went on a rampage because I had so much time on my hands. And so, with that, I partnered with Napa Valley vineyards, and because I'm a wine lover and have been a wine lover pretty much ever since I was 13 years old. I'm not an alcoholic, but I'm a wine lover. Okay, I just enjoy wine, and I can work and drink wine and have fun drinking it. Okay, and get paid for it too. So but yes, but I love pairing. I love pairing foods. I love pairing cheeses and desserts with my wines. Just having dessert wines, having wines for seafood, chicken, whatever you're eating, whatever type of event that you're having, I have a wine that can be paired up with that particular event and that particular food or a cheese. It has been a very good business for me. I've met a lot of people. I've connected with a lot of people. Networking is absolutely phenomenal. Networking, it's a must because you never know what type of connection you'll have or who you will know that will connect you to your next best thing. So it's always good to network. It's always good to franchise. It's always good to talk about your business because you never know when your business is a need for someone else business. Okay, so
Yes.
it's been a great phenomenal thing, and I just enjoy it. And so anytime you want anything, any paired up wines or anything like that, just let me know. I'm one phone call away.
All right, honey. Marcel said yes. Networking is so important, and I'm glad the way it's lined up because again, we are talking about fierce, fabulous, and free. We are talking about the anthology, but I want you to get to know the ladies, some of the co-authors as part of it because in addition to talking about being fabulous, these ladies not only talk about it, they walk it. Chef Diva's out here changing the chef game. Keisha's out here, being a wine connoisseur and helping you to do different things when it comes to wine and creating a business behind it and saying that, yes, I can drink wine and handle business all at the same time while making money. Baby, it don't get more fabulous than that. You hear me? Now I'm gonna come on down to Wanda because I love it because as we're in here, everybody's so connected because Chef Diva gonna feed us, Keisha gonna get us a little sip, Wanda gonna have us looking good with the makeup. Sparkle gonna have us blinged out, looking amazing, and then Jamaica's gonna, make sure that we are all operating and honoring God and knowing that we are showing up in the right way. Right? She's gonna give us exactly what we need to just make sure we are in the zone of being the best version of ourselves. So I'm just grateful and excited that each one of you all are connected to this project. So Wanda, let's talk about what you do in addition to the makeup, but you also have a page, a Facebook page where you
Right.
really inspire and encourage
Right.
people who are going through. So speak to people about that because that's a whole different level of being fabulous.
Right. Right. So thank you so much, Angela. What I do, honestly, is I try to help people live and I try to help people understand mental health and suicide, thought,
Mhm.
how they think. And I know how to tell you how they think because I used to be that person who considered suicide. I was that person who is I'm still a functioning person who deals with mental illnesses, right? Well, society has for so long condemned that person. Like by me even saying this, I've labeled myself. Well, I wear my label proudly because obviously I do it well. I've been functioning in corporate America, raised kids. I've been married 30 some years. I think I got the goods, right? The one thing I didn't have was the ability to manage my health issues. Okay. I live in chronic pain. I have fibromyalgia. It has another long name, but I like fibro. And I have some autoimmune um, di- diseases, right? But it took years. It took well over 20 years for doctors to identify that that was what I was going through, but because it didn't necessarily look like someone else's way of having these diseases. Now, the problem is I'm always smiling. So a lot of times I felt like I was trying to convince you that I'm sick. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in there saying, my pain's excruciating and my pain is debilitating and I'm laying down, I can't get out the bed and I'm crying. But I'm the whole time talking like this, and they looking like, are you all right? And so I had to fight for
Yeah.
my rights. I had to fight to get someone to take me seriously. And of course, I couldn't mention any of this in a work environment. I was on the executive level. And in a work environment, that's like saying, hey, go on, give me mine. Go on, tell me to go out the door once I tell you I battle with mental health issues. But guess what? Everybody does. It took me some time to realize I'm no different than the next person. So if I'm no different than somebody else, because everybody experiences pain. Everybody may not experience love, but everybody experiences pain on some level. So my pain happens to be daily. And it was taking me down because I really could not figure out what was wrong. The doctors weren't getting it right, and my family didn't understand. And wasn't nobody helping me clean up, knowing I couldn't even sweep the floor. And I was going down everybody's throat until I had to stop. And COVID helped me stop because I couldn't do nothing but stop, right? And I had to think about it and say, you know what? You got a lot to do with this situation. Stress is the biggest factor. Sugar is one of the biggest factor. And exercise or lack thereof is a huge factor. I wasn't doing one, two, or three. Right. I wasn't doing it right. If you brought some, I couldn't sleep if it was something sweet in my kitchen. I'm gonna get up in the middle of the night and eat it and wonder why I can't get up in the morning. Right. So I had to think about all this time I was pushing myself and pushing myself for someone else's benefit, my job or my family or my friends or whatever, or my husband, what was I doing for me? And when I put everything on the paper, the wonder column had nothing. I did nothing for myself. I did. My husband's so sweet. We on live, and he done brought me some wine. He must have heard you.
Oh,
You better go on, Tony. Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. But he knows my strengths and my weaknesses, right? So, but anyway, I realized that I didn't think about myself too highly. So why would I want anybody? Why would I expect anybody to think of myself highly? You know what I'm saying? So I had to take everybody and everything out of the equation. And although that made me feel very, very selfish and regretful, because if you know me, if I got something you need, it is yours. But for me to learn to say no was the hardest thing. I still struggle with it. I still struggle with it. But I'm mindful of knowing maybe I shouldn't say that. At least I think about it more now. Where I used to didn't even right off the bat. Why can't you? Yeah, it's gonna put me out. I'm gonna miss dinner. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But I said yeah, because part of that is even though I'm going through this, I want to be accepted. Even though I'm going through this, I want to be loved. I don't want you to
Right.
say, well, don't invite Wanda because she might be hurting, or don't invite Wanda because she might come in. I would go in there limping and struggling and everything with this big smile on my face and leave out there about to cry. That wasn't healthy. That wasn't good. So the one thing I learned was we can't talk about these issues. And I learned that because I'm in all these different support groups and I'm in all these different just other Facebook groups. And second someone mentions something, we go through this mode of, oh, that can't be. Oh, we got to pray about it. Oh, this gonna happen and that gonna happen. It's easy to say. Jesus has already taken that sin from. He's already taken that from me. I know He has, but I'm still hurting. So if I'm still hurting, who can I talk to who's going to accept what I'm saying and meet me where I'm at? I want to be where you at. I want to be where your understanding is at, but I know where I'm at right now. And there was nowhere I could find where a person can truly say, this is what I'm going through. And so even when I was suicidal, I realized you can't talk to nobody. You really can't. How can I tell you I'm thinking about killing myself? What would you say to me? What would you say? A lot of times people try to just get you happy for that moment and just get past that moment. You see what I'm saying? And I just felt like somebody has to ask the questions. Somebody has to trigger these conversations because we need to talk about it. It ain't always telling the person, heck, they know where to go. If they, whoever got fibromyalgia too, child, I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Nobody
Miss Blanche,
understands.
she said she got it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody knows that kind of pain. And the best way I can describe it is every nerve on your body hurts. Every muscle hurt. Can't nobody touch you. The slightest touch will put a bruise or a scar on you. You can't think. You can't hardly see. You can't hardly hear. And it's hard. It's hell. I wouldn't bless that on anybody. And for so long, the medical industry thought it wasn't true. You see what I'm saying? And now, what they do to help you, push opioids. Well, guess what? I've done my homework. I studied. I'm a researcher. Opioids will not help that type of pain. Nothing touches nerve pain. Okay, nothing. And so as I was taking, girl, don't let me get started on this, Angela. But all I'm gonna say is one of the reasons I do makeup is because it's therapeutic for me. It's therapeutic. I come on tonight, you wouldn't tell, but I also am there. Someone said earlier, I think it was you, Miss Keisha, about skin. I have always been a big time skin person. You gotta take care of your pigmentation so that if I can go out without my makeup, hey, I'm still just as glorious and fabulous in my skin. I feel good. My skin is soft.
Yes.
Come touching me, go, ooh, I'm juicy. I'm nice. I don't care. I just want to look good and feel good. And I want people to look good and feel good. And those who are suffering from these issues, I want them to know they got a place where they can talk. Now I'm not gonna let you wallow in that, but I'm gonna let you talk. and then we're gonna figure out a way to get you out of there. And so that's what my platform is all about. I'm just now building it up. God's been telling me to do this forever, but my nerves and my fear has gotten in the way. So I'm conquering that day by day. And this book was like my first step of saying, okay, Wanda, it's go time. So I know once I did this, I can't back out of it. Now here I am talking about it. I can't back out of it. So I found that to be true whenever you're trying to do something in life, positive, your goal or whatever, as long as you keep spreading it, you know, they say what come out your mouth. As long as you keep spreading it, you have no choice but to keep going with it. So that's kind of how I'm getting my motivation right now. Is because I got people forcing me to talk about it. And before long, I'm gonna be in front of everybody. Girl, blah, 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 girl. I'm going to be that person that jumps on the platform to say what I think before you even ask me. And I hope everybody gets to that. That's it.
Boom. Listen, hey, because you know I'm a pusher, so I'm gonna push her on out there
Yeah.
until
She
she
kept
say
saying,
yes.
right.
Yeah. But that's all good, and I'm glad that you shared it. And like I said, Miss Blanche, I believe, was saying that she definitely understands. She has fibromyalgia too, and she said you sure don't just make you high, the drugs.
That's all they
But
do.
her outlet is arson. That's good. All
What
right,
you
so we're gonna
say?
move on to Miss. She said hers is arts and crafts. You were talking about makeup is your outlet. Hers is arts and crafts.
Yep.
Mhm. Come on, Sparkle, bring that bell, ring the bell, baby, ring the bell, and come on and tell us about Sparkle time.
It's sparkle time. It's sparkle time. No, I'm just playing. No, but chef, when you said about people that you was bougie, stuck up, like that's my that they add that to my name when they describe. They say bougie, stuck up. But I remember me talking to my grandmama about it one day, and she said, "Girl, they just paying you some attention. That's why they think you bougie and stuck up. You got their attention, baby. So when you get their attention, that's why they talking about it." I was
That's
like,
exact. That's exact. And not to cut y'all, but it's one of them things. I'm really quiet and low key, but my presence it commands attention when I dress and I step into the room. So and then
exactly.
again, and then when I look, and then when I look like that again, I'm minding my business. I'll speak to anybody who make eye contact with me, but I'm not just running off up in people's face. And that's where it be because I walk in unbothered, and I'm I ain't saying one word, but I got all eyes on me because from my hair down to the outfit to the bag or whatever it is. That's exactly what it is.
I told you, I have a guarantee about Sparkle for you. You're guaranteed to leave sparkles wherever you go. They saw you come in, and they paying attention. So since you're paying attention, let me go on and show you how this is done. This is how Fabulous looks. This is what Fabulous steps in. When Fabulous walks in, she takes over the room and just on her own. She ain't coming to take over. She's coming in to own where she is planted. She is planted to own. Like I mean, I like sharing, but it's better. When you go to file for the application, you don't say, "Can I share this property with somebody?" You say, "I'm looking to own this property." So that's all part of it. Oh, okay, Angela, I'm back to back. I'm back. What was my question?
You actually did it. Look, between you and Chef D, Keisha done fell out. Like, listen, that was good though, because people need to hear that in terms of how you show up and that is a part of being fabulous, of letting people know that when I come through, oh, I'm going to be having eyes on me. I am going to be having people, because that's the confidence that you exude. But people need to understand it wasn't always like that. It's a process to get there. And so she wasn't always shaking that bell. She wasn't always, being blinged out and sparkling. She wasn't always with that. So you got to make sure you get the book so you can hear how that transformation occurred. See, as bold as everybody is today, we didn't start off like that. It was a process to get there. So I'm gonna come back to you, Sparkle, but Jamaica, come on and tell them a little something about what you got going on, because y'all know Jamaica be a little quiet behind that storm.
Hey, Well, I've got several things going on. I am one, like Wanda, who is very much a mental health advocate. Having gone through postpartum depression, depression on different levels, anxiety, dealing with fear, and those things, I am definitely one that's on the forefront to support and advocate mental health. I'm the founder of a women's empowerment group here in Springfield. And my biggest thing is I am a matters of the heart person. So anytime that you are around me, I'm going to take a piece of your heart, and you're going to take a piece of my heart with you. So I'm one that likes to make people feel like, they are not alone. I'm one that actually grew up and on up until these last maybe less than 10 years have I been able to feel comfortable sharing my story with people, because I've always just kept everything bottled up inside. And I've noticed that, even when I'm out and about, people kind of gravitate to me. And, sometimes I'm just like, and they talk to me about all their problems. I'm like, well, where did that come from? I'm just sitting here and, people just come up and just, tell me their problems. So I'm like, well, maybe this is, God's call on my life is to be that listening ear for people and help them to know that they are not alone in whatever it is that they're going through, and just lean on the Holy Spirit to speak through me to give them the best advice that I can give. Um, I am in the midst of reestablishing my arts and crafts business. I customize um, arts and crafts, like personal things, like say, chef, if you wanted a plaque that says Chef Larkin to hang in your restaurant, or Sparkle, you wanted, a plaque that says Sparkle for you, or I drip sparkles, or whatever. So I customize art pieces. But my biggest thing is just being an advocate for mental health. And so I feel like I've just been created to empower and encourage people, to inspire people, and that just really does my heart good when I know that somebody has been encouraged by something that God has laid on my heart to share with them.
Yes, Jamaica. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's so important, so necessary, so needed that you can do specialty things like that. So listen, we all need to be putting in a special request, but that's all right. Offline, we laughed last night because Latoya, Chef Diva, was saying we need to record the after party so y'all can see how we really, really be in here talking. But listen, it's so much good information. It's really sharing. I mean, like, to have a group of women who are not trying to, compete against each other. We are really, big about supporting one another, encouraging one another, and that's really what being fabulous is as well. It's not just being selfish and self-centered. Yes, you can be bougie. Yes, you can be persnickety. Yes, you can be all of those things. But at the bottom line, end of the day, your heart is what's important, and God knows and judges by the heart. And so it doesn't matter where you live or what you drive or all of those things. Your heart has to be in line. And so I love how, Jamaica, like she said, whenever you meet her, you are just drawn to her. It's something about her spirit. It's something about how she talks to you that makes you, she has a calming spirit that makes you just kind of be like, oh, okay, Jamaica's here, so everything's going to be okay. And I just love that, we have all of these dynamic women in this book, and this is just a sample of who we have. There's so many other ladies that are a part, and you just think, if you love who you see it now, imagine when we all get together. We're going to be not only releasing a book, but we're also going to be talking about book tours. We're going to be traveling, so hopefully we'll be in Houston getting us some Black girl collard green tamales, or, well, for me, my personal favorite is oxtail, so I'm going to know for sure I'm going to have to give me an oxtail tamale, period. I'm going to have to do it. I'm just saying, go and figure out what kind of wine we need, baby, so you can bring it up so we can be ready to pour it up, right?
Look, I told you, I got y'all on the tamales. Soon as I get my small batch, y'all take care of the shipping. I got you, because I would not be doing where I'm at, and not even that. Like I was saying about the pitch and stuff, get my stuff tight to get it ready with everything falling in place from whoever that dropped that nugget. Who was it that mentioned something about networking? Whoever was that was mentioning networking. That's how it all comes into place. Just meeting. Yeah, Keisha. Yeah, just that networking. in the group chat, they dropped it about the Bank of America. Hurry up and apply for it. Bam, got it. So, yep, tamales coming for everybody, for sure, for sure.
Honey, listen, tamales with a twist. And really, that's what it's all about is really when we talk about being fabulous, when we talk about knowing your worth and adding tax,
Hmm.
it is thinking outside of the box and not doing things as usual. Wanda is having a different perspective of dealing with how you have physical issues and mental issues and how you channel that in a positive way, how you look at that pain and you can't say, of course, you have to keep your pain for you, but you decide that just because I'm experiencing it doesn't mean I have to stay there and my life cannot be fulfilling. It cannot be fabulous and great. That's a whole different spin. Sparkle can say that, yes, you may go out here and you may dress up and wear jewelry and have a business, but you're not going to do it like Sparkle does it. Because when I go out, I'm talking about Sparkle for you. I'm talking
Hmm.
about taking to that next level. Jamaica says, when you come around me, it's something about when people come around me, they change and they shift and they become a better person as a result of it. Then Keisha says, okay, well, no matter what I do, I'm going to do it at a level of. And so I know about wine, baby, because I grew up overseas where wine was an everyday thing, baby. When they was giving it to you when you was 12 and you knew how to handle the thing. So I don't have to worry about it. I already know how to be a connoisseur. So when I come to you, trust that I know how to pair my stuff up well.
Hmm.
Trust that I know how to give you something that's going to complement whatever it is that you're eating or whatever appetizer you have, main course or something. So definitely make sure you all follow us. So anybody have anything, TT, I know you are listening in, but I would love to give you an opportunity to share whatever you would like to share because you're fabulous too as far as we're concerned, ma'am.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey.
Well, man, I have learned so much since I met Miss Angela. First off in life, you got to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. I have grown, been the age of 42. I'll be 43 this month, but through all the years of my life, this has been the best years of my life. I have a better relationship with God. I trust Him more. I can hear Him. He tells me when to move, when not to move, who to be around. Like I said, Miss Angela, she is amazing. I can't stop talking about it. I thank God for putting her in my life. Um, when I pray, I always be Pacific when I'm praying. You gotta be Pacific when you're talking to God. You just can't say, Lord, and to put him around people that's gonna motivate you, help you move forward. Never give up on your goals. Keep pushing and give your life your all. It's so many opportunities in life. I done missed that on so much. And being even like yesterday, I was talking about being on jobs and stuff. How there comes a point in your life when because sometimes we all up in there where Satan can get in your mind and think that when you on a job, that's the only thing you can do. You can't move further. You think no one is looking at you. When you're trying to do your best, but there's always somebody out there that's looking at you. That's going to take you to a high level to so you can show them your goals. Get better opportunities, and that's what I've been learning in life. And like I said, I'm blessed. I thank God for helping me to move further in life. Just growing, I'm growing every day. Every day, I'm learning something new about God. I'm stronger, I'm wiser, and I'm much better. And I love all of you, and I'm glad to be in this group.
Yeah,
We love you too.
you too, TT. So listen,
We
I'm
love
telling
it.
you, this has been great. If you didn't get a chance to hear about being fierce, the ladies brought it last night. Tonight was a different type of conversation, but also good because you got to hear what each of the ladies do, and you got to see that it's some depth to that thing, and She said someone mentioned about BOA in the live chat. Could I share that information? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Yes, there you go. Thanks, Keisha. I mean, Wanda, thanks for
Just,
sharing that.
I just put it in the comments.
Okay. Very good. Very good. All right. So
Perfect.
we'll make sure she gets it.
Awesome.
So listen, this has been amazing. And this is another piece of being family is having information that you can give somebody to help them their journey of what they're trying to do. So, ladies, whoever wants to go first, whatever you want to leave the audience with, because we're coming back tomorrow and we're ending up talking about being free.
So since I don't have a green screen, I can't share my little note right here. Oh, can you see it? Oh, you can see it a little bit, but it phases out of my face. So I was going to share my copper deficiency in goats. Miss Wanda, you mentioned that you're scared, right?
Yes.
We all scared. I promise you,
Mhm.
we're all scared. You wasn't on the call last night, and I wasn't able to share this, but this is like my closing tag with every speech, everything I say, because it really offends me when I hear people saying they scared. And it's like, and you said you got a husband of 30 years, you lose your job, like he gonna keep them lights on.
He
You know,
told me, I went through a lot, but he told me let it go and
he
he
got
would
you.
take care of us, and he did. He got us.
And that's my point right there.
Mhm, mhm,
And that is my whole point right there. You fall apart, he finna pick up the slack. You ain't got nothing to worry about, you
mhm.
know? And when I hear women that be saying that they scared, it's like, what for? I was telling them, I listened to this webinar one morning. I was on my way out of town to go see my dad to put my curriculum and stuff, because I taught for 8 years. I got a lot of curriculum, and I wanted to put it online, just break it up in some different forms to put online to start selling my curriculum, right? And the lady, she was mentioning to everybody that she knows everybody's scared because you selling stuff, you don't know if nobody gonna buy it. You don't know if nobody's gonna give it a chance, like who's gonna support it, just all of that self-doubt, you know what I'm saying, that we end up putting in our heads, right? She said that it's a lady making $5,000 a month teaching about copper deficiency in goats. First of all, I asked 20 people. Only one person knew what copper deficiency was in goats. And of all things, goats. That's the whole point where I'm driving home with this. Goats, not people, not humans, not how copper can benefit a human. No, goats. So if she is making $5,000, 5 bands, in the way that mental health is now becoming like they don't put it in the spotlight and it's a deal. And you watch TV shows, they're starting to incorporate characters that have like mental, some things with mental health, just bringing that awareness. I promise you, you're gonna be okay, Miss Wanda.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna be okay.
yeah. And
So
someone said earlier, I think it was TT, about
Good night.
finding God and listening to God. God is my main man.
that's
He
it.
right,
He the
he
one.
took when I went all the way down, he came and picked me on up. And so now he's the only person that I can listen to as far as when to go, when to stop, when to sit back, when you know what I'm saying. So
Right.
I don't have any fear on that standpoint. It's me sometimes getting in my own way.
As it
He
always
do
is.
let me know when I'm when
As it
he
always
gone,
is.
and so I have to keep going. But I think that people are finally acknowledging mental health. I knew that as soon as COVID hit, I said, "Oh, we're finna go. It's about to be on and popping,"
Yeah.
because the world is hurting. The
People
world is
fall
hurting
apart at the seams.
at the seams, the
At the
slightest
scene,
thing.
I'm talking about
You
like
know,
it was some people that really folded in like paper and
Yes.
crumbled. I mean, they just it was really sad and disheartening. But yeah, it was a lot of people that fell apart at the seams.
and they're still doing it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, we need awareness bad.
Listen, it's stuff like this, is this kind of conversation, because even though we're talking about the book, it's also rich conversation, because these are things that can help somebody. When you talk about mental health awareness, when you talk about being having low self-esteem, but then you come and you get your sparkle on. When you talk about being able to help somebody and be there for them and shift, like Jamaica says, there's something about when I'm in the atmosphere, when I'm in the room, things shift towards me because God knows what people need. So he brings them to you to get the word that they need to get encouraged. Then you listen to Keisha talk about her business and how she was able to take it to the next level. And then, Chef is dropping gems all over the place. When she told you somebody's out here making $5,000 per month over something that the average person knows nothing about, then what you know about, that means it's time to get out there and make it happen. It's time to research and figure out what you need to do to take your idea, because bottom line, poor people talk all the time. Rich people get rich because they have ideas. Ideas is what can get you paid. And that's how we have to start shifting our mindsets. It's conversations like this. I'm telling you, sometimes people don't understand, and you think like Chef said, I might come a little hard, maybe a little hood sometimes. See, I feel like I'm a straight gangster, on my own. But at the end of the day, people get connected and they network and they do things so that you can find information from somebody that will help you on a whole nother level. So just like Miss Blanche said, where's the information about the BOA? So I put it in the comments, Miss Blanche. But see, Miss Blanche, when you was talking about fibromyalgia, and she said she has it too, but guess what she didn't forget? Oh, don't let me miss that information, because I need to connect with that too. See, it's sometimes about the show up. See, sometimes people say, oh, I'm going to catch it later. Oh, I forgot to go back and get it. But sometimes when you show up and you pay attention, you will get something that'll bless you. Because I'm telling you, Latoya said she signed up for it and got a good deal out of it. Is that right, Toya? For the Cornell University thing?
As soon as it opened, it closed. It filled up that fast and it closed. So yes, absolutely. I definitely learned a lot, got a lot of good information out of it, just to put me on track with what I'm doing.
Absolutely. Marcel, yes, ma'am. Marcel said that's true, honey. Ideas and partnerships is the name of the game. 2022, we got to be smarter about how we show up and do business. We got to make sure that we position ourselves. What I do love about Latoya is that sister is in here grinding. She is out here researching. She's out here not haphazardly doing anything, but making sure that what she does is intentional and strategic to get her where she wants to go. So when she talks about having Black girl tamales all over the world, trust and believe it's going to be all over the world. If you missed it last night, and I don't know, Latoya, if we talked about it in the broadcast or on the after party, but she has the opportunity to go to Paris. And so that is letting you know
yeah, that
was
in the after party. Yeah, that was drunk the after party. So
y'all missed that. Listen. Y'all missed that opportunity to hear all of that. But listen, the thing about it is she's getting ready to go international, and trust and believe when she goes there, people are going to know who she is and know what she does, and they're going to want a piece of it. So,
and
again,
but that also falls on what Sparkle had mentioned last night about checking those emails. Like when stuff is presented to you, you gotta check in on it, because if not, you'll lose. Slow feet don't eat. You'll lose some opportunities if you don't take advantage of those opportunities that come your way. And whether it's that phone call, that email, or whatever, you miss a lot if you don't go ahead and jump on it and be proactive at that moment.
Let me say,
y'all better put that in the chat.
That's a true statement, because that link, I was the one put that link out there.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I put that link out in our group,
oh, you was the one that
and
dropped
I put that link in another group. I did, and I see y'all name all over the place, boy. I mean, your group, Angela, all us, we all over the place in that class. But I put it in another group, and none of them got in because they slept on it. They slept on it. Was that I remember when it first came out, I missed out. So I'm gonna get these. I see these girls shaking and moving. Here y'all go. Now we got a certificate from Cornell, Cornell University on women's entrepreneur, and it wasn't an easy thing, but it was so.
No, that made me feel like I was in grad school all over again. But Cornell ain't putting their name on anything. They ain't putting their name on this.
We just finished it, and I feel so much. I feel like it turned on the lights about everything.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm telling you, it pays to be connected to people who don't try to keep things for themselves. See, that's a blessing. And when you bless other people, God gonna bless you. When you water someone else, baby, trust and believe you're gonna get water. So Again, y'all stay tuned for tomorrow night. Because listen, if you was blessed tonight, you're gonna be even more blessed tomorrow night. And when you're gonna get this book, you're gonna be even more blessed behind that, because it's the stories, it's the heart behind it. It is what God has given each one of us to share with somebody that's gonna resonate, that's gonna tap in. See, Miss Blanche has already made a connection with Wanda just because they share a similar situation that they're going through. So each one of us has somebody that you can connect to. Trust and believe this is going to be powerful. This is going to be a movement. When we talk about women empowerment, you know, they say empowered women empower women. And that's what we intend to do. And I'm telling you, every time Latoya opened her mouth, she's dropping something, some kind of gem, some kind of knowledge, some kind of, you better get on it and get with it if you want to see a change in your life. So ladies, thank y'all so much. Don't go anywhere, because y'all know how we do with the after party. We're gonna stay on a little bit longer. So we might record it for y'all one day, but we ain't gonna do it tonight, right? So y'all take care. Tune back in. Make sure y'all follow us. Make sure you connect so that you can follow us and hear about tomorrow night, and then details about the book that will be coming out soon. Until then, y'all have a blessed night.